An entire economy is blooming out there, but not the kind you want to be. Well, it's happening on the internet, and it's sites that are making up horrible headlines. I'm not saying that they're lying, but let's just say if you click on them, you might be misled. Here's what one of them says. Inside the Magic, 2 fires reported at Disney World's outdoor mall on March 15th. Oh no, 2 fires at Disney's outdoor mall? What's going on? It goes on to say, on Sunday morning, this is from Inside the Magic, on Sunday morning, law enforcement responded to 2 separate reports of a fire at Disney Springs, Walt Disney World's resort's shopping, dining, and entertainment complex. Here's everything we know. Here's the first fire at Disney Springs. Law enforcement first responded to Disney Springs shortly after 4 a.m. Before the shopping, dining, and entertainment complex opened at Walt Disney World Resort guest. Scanner monitoring account WDW Active Crime shared the details on the call on X. Fire alert. 4:18 a.m. Fire at Disney Springs. The Google Maps screenshot attached to the post shows a pin at the center of Disney Springs. However, this does not necessarily correspond to the emergency's location. Okay. Walt Disney World Resort did not issue any public statements about the reported fire at Disney Springs. It's unknown whether there was any lasting damage. Disney Springs opened at, okay. Second one, 10:30 a.m. All right, 10:32 a.m. Fire alert. Once again, Walt Disney World Resort did not issue a public response to the reported fire. Okay. Yes, shouldn't expect any closure to... What? Okay, so there's no fire? Folks, 2 alarms may have gone off. It could have been the same alarm. As soon as one of these alarms goes off, it's automatically logged, and it gets posted on this X account. So if there's a faulty fire alarm, or if somebody's testing the fire alarm, it automatically gets logged. There's no fire. It's just... You know, it's the worst kind of article, right? Because you click on it thinking, oh no, Disney Springs is burning down. What about Disney Dining? Another website. Walt Disney World hit by power outage. Multiple locations shut down by Alicia Dunn. Now remember, these are Google News certified websites. If you are at Walt Disney World today, you already know the weather is not cooperating. Thunderstorms have been moving through the Orlando area since this morning. The resort is feeling it in the usual ways. Outdoor attractions cycling down. Guests retreating under cover. It's a fluff paragraph. There's nothing there. What is less usual is what happened at Disney Springs this afternoon. Planet Hollywood and Chicken Guy are both closed today due to a power issue. Disney Springs has not issued a formal statement on the closure or confirmed a direct connection to the storms, but the timing is notable. Seriously? Chicken Guy and Planet Hollywood, I believe, are on the same power.
It's the same building.
Building.
Yeah. Everything's the same there.
So a single building that has no connection to storms whatsoever had a power issue, and they ran an article as if there's storms are wiping out the power grid of Disney. If we go down here, what else is down across the resort right now? What is this horrible storm doing, folks? Expedition Everest Animal Kingdom is shut down. It shuts down every day that there's lightning within, 5 miles?
Yeah. And not only that, if it starts raining, they shut down attractions in Florida because you could get hurt. I know.
Journey of Water, same thing. Slinky Dog Dash, same thing. Kali River Rapids, same thing. Test Track, same. These are outdoor attractions that they have to shut down if there's lightning within 5 miles. And the article, again, let's go to the top of this is what's driving me crazy, because these are now flooding Google News, and it's crazy. Walt Disney World hit by power outage. Multiple locations shut down. The only reason there's multiple locations shut down is because they did what they always do. They shut down attractions as there was a little storm coming through. Anyway, what about this one? Jess Colopy, again out of Disney Dining. Emergency responders flood Disney Springs following multiple incidents on Sunday. Sunday was an unusual morning at Walt Disney World Resort's shopping and entertainment district, where the first responders called to Disney Springs twice before lunchtime. The first call came in the day. Oh, this is the same thing, isn't it, folks? This is the same story that they got over on Inside the Magic. 4:18 a.m. Again, these are not real. This is probably a single building where they were testing a fire alarm or something. Like there's nothing, no damage, no fire, no nothing. Disney didn't comment. No impact to guest experience. But Disney Dining will report any further developments as they become available. Give me a break, folks. This is the headline that Google News is allowing to be on Google News. As a certified news website, emergency responders flood Disney Springs. guys, girls, this is what we got to call out now because it's getting too much. They were doing this a couple months ago, where if somebody passed away at Disney from a heart attack, they were reporting on it as if Disney was a dangerous place. There's a difference in what we do and these people do. We try to call out legitimate concerns and things that are going on at Disney, and there has become an economy of people posting these. And if it's on Facebook, I get what happens on Facebook. If it happens on TikTok, I get what happens on TikTok. But these are Google News certified websites. These are places that AI is going to find out what's happening, what's real. And this is confusing the heck out of people and officials and AI. And it's time for it to go away. That's enough of this nonsense. Culture, there's got to be an end to the clickbaiting. Like, surely there has to be an end to it.
I think the audience is going to get frustrated by it. But look, I mean, I just call it bait and move on. Occasionally, I've been accused of using "quote unquote" clickbait or rage bait titles, or statements, and it's fine.
You would never, Culture.
Well,
you would
no,
never.
But a little bit of hyperbole isn't necessarily out of place in the field that we're in. I'm always very grateful when people are a little more realistic and honest about what it is that they're covering. And
okay, what about this though, Culture? Emergency responders flood Disney Springs following multiple incidents on Sunday. There's nothing that we know of. There's zero proof we have that emergency responders even went to Disney Springs. What do you make of it?
Somebody needs money.
Okay.
Now, look, I'm not going to apologize for them, but the way you get clicks, and look, we're talking about a dying industry. Okay, journalism is dying, especially print journalism. Just had a massive, sell-off or going out of business in the Caribbean.
Well, I would argue the woke side of this is going down.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, I'm not going to pretend that everything's in great shape because it's not. What I will say is that we're in a better position for being informed right now than we've been in a long time. And I think that kind of plays into this as well. The news media outlets are vying for position in an ever limiting and shrinking market. And so we're watching digital outlets. I did a video on this morning on BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed's toast. I mean, that thing, they were on the verge of bankruptcy, just under enormous piles of debt. This has been happening to any of the entities that have been acquiring these digital publishers. Digital publishing is a tough business and competition. You have to be niche-based, and you have to be, centered on your niche. It's one of the reasons why I love that Park Place, because it's centered on the entertainment and in theme park niche. It knows what to talk about, knows what to write about. It's why I commend everybody over there that's working on that every day. So we're in a different space now, which is also why there's a lot of adjustments being made digitally, not just in the printed media, the digital printed media, but also in the stuff we do as well. Like I said, it's an ever-changing business, but in order to get any kind of attention and clicks, which you get paid on clicks, and that's another problem with digital publishing, you're going to make some of the most outrageous, hyperbolic claims as you possibly can to get attention. The last part of this, I'll say, we live in an attention economy, whether or not we want to admit it or not.
I agree with Culture.
Now, there are sites out there that what they do, though, is parody, right? And Ron, you've shared this one with me. Mousetrap News, I think, is a parody website. Yeah. It does trick some people, but it's an example of...
I was going to make a point with that the problem with the headlines that we were showing is that then people go to this and they believe it's real.
I see. Yes.
Yeah. So you have people. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's fires all over Disney World. There's emergency responders coming. There's people having heart attacks left and right, and this and that and the other one. And then and they see that, and that's all clickbait. And if you actually read down to the article, you realize it's nothing. And then people will go to this and believe it's real.
Right, because the parody matches up with what's Google News certified. I see what you're saying. Well, that's a great point, Ron. But I mean, they're funny. You got to give them credit. Mousetrap, which is not doing the same thing as Inside the Magic and Disney Dining. I mean, look at that down there. Breaking Magic Kingdom testing child-free days. I mean, that's pretty funny, right?
What's funny about that is the Disney adults that really want that kind of stuff, or somebody really wanting a Disney park in Ohio or whatever, they'll clamor onto that. And because the other sites like Inside the Magic have given them information that they believe is real, they'll think this is real too, and it's creating confusion. And when you're talking about the thousands upon tens of thousands of dollars that people are going to pay for a Disney vacation, the last thing you would want anybody going to Disney or any of these parks, Universal, whatever, is the last thing you'd want is misinformation that could cost them money. And I'm always a person who is like, I've always said I'm a guest advocate. Even when I was a cast member, I felt like I advocated for the guest. I want a guest of Disney World or Universal or anybody that's on vacation to get the most bang for their buck, to create memorable, wonderful experiences, and to not have any of their money taken from them. And somebody going to a place or staying away from a place based on false information, somebody paying for something or not paying for something based on false information, it's a dangerous game. And that's why it's one of the reasons I found you, Pro. It's one of the reasons I love Valiant. The information you guys give is always legit.
Always legit.
It's huge deal for me.
What's been fun about that too is MJ. People have they've just gotten accustomed to it now. So when we get something right that's huge, nobody even gives us credit anymore. Like it's a thing. So when we solidly and consistently said Paramount's going to get Warner Brothers, nope, Netflix is not going to get it. Paramount's going to get it, and like 99% of the media turned against us, and we were just sitting here saying nope. Nobody even when it was done, everybody was like, oh yeah, we knew it the whole time, Pro. It's all good. You did too. Like wait a minute. We were facing a torrent of people saying, no, you're wrong. You guys blew it. Anyway, MJ, the problem is that the average person now, when they search for Disney World, they're getting all this stuff and they don't know what's real and not real. And it's also tricking AI too. And so if you guys ask AI, were there really two fires and rescue teams going to Disney Springs? AI will go find, that's Google News certified. So yes, that is true. This website are reporting it. So it's a huge problem, MJ.
That is a huge problem. You made such a good point. I'm like, how many people go to Grok and ask Grok and Grok will give them a link? Yeah, that's so scary and unfortunate. And AI, from what you guys were saying, AI is really taking over even on YouTube. Like, what about the original content creators, that are really working hard, giving it all they have and not relying too much. We are in an AI driven world and we have to keep up with the times, let's face it. But for those that are really talented and have their skills and want to give to the community and contribute, they really can't because of all the competition. But the clickbait is awful. I just have a really good discernment on telling what's real and what's not real. But there's some people that cannot tell the difference and they really get led down the wrong rabbit hole. It's a shame.
The good news of the AIs when it comes to Grok is using something called Grokopedia to rank order the sites and the places that are reputable. And it seems like right now that Park Place and geeksandgamers.com both are seen as extremely authoritative, whereas some of these other websites maybe not. And that, folks, is well earned and hard earned because we've been day after day consistently, Marvin and Jonas and the rest of the gang, working hard to make sure that the stories and the scoops that we bring to you are accurate and true.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. Remember, this Wednesday is the Disney shareholders meeting. Coverage live on the Pro Channel begins at 10 a.m. this Wednesday. Also, friends, if you'd like to join us for MegaCon, we'll have a booth set up for you to join. Info on the screen. Come see Marvin, Lorne, and maybe one more at MegaCon, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Friday. We'll see you. Thanks for being here. You're the Gigawatts.